Hey, what's up, everybody? Pat here, grateful recovering alcoholic and addict, just like every day. Guys, please don't forget to subscribe, leave the video a like, drop me a comment, and share it with anybody you think might get something out of it. Whew, getting me a lot to say in one breath. How's everybody doing today, guys? Nice, yeah, actually a beautiful warm day here in Boston today. Hope it's a little rainy, but not terrible. And I did one little job for a friend of mine. I get up this morning. I was considering working all day, and you know what, guys? I banged up my hand pretty good. I worked right through last weekend, and I decided, other than going, doing taking care of just basically picking out cabinets for out of our stock for a little job, I was going to take the rest of the day off, and it's been really nice just getting caught up on some stuff at the house and relaxing, guys. One thing that's important in recovery is balance, resting when necessary, and just looking after your own needs. Like for myself, I've been pushing myself really hard because I'm thrilled with the fact that my business is taking off. But I've got to remember to pay attention to my own needs as well, and balance has been something I've been striving for. And it's been really nice to sit around and do nothing all day. So, guys, I'm going to get right into the reading. Just like to share things with you guys. The reading today is titled "Freedom from Insanity." Freed from insanity. Do I believe it would be insane to walk up to somebody and say, may I please have a heart attack or a fatal accident? We've heard it said that unless we are in love, we can't remember what it feels like. The same could be said of insanity. Once we are freed from it, we may forget how truly bizarre our insane thinking can be. But to be truly grateful for the degree of sanity we've been restored in recovery, we need to remember just how truly insane we've been. Today, it might be hard to imagine saying something as ridiculous as may I please have a heart attack or a fatal accident. No one in their right mind is going to ask for such a thing, and that's the point. In our active addiction, we were not in our right mind. Each day we chose addiction, we courted fatal disease, degradation, exploitation, impoverishment, death by violence, or even death by sheer stupidity. In that context, the idea of asking for a heart attack or fatal accident doesn't sound so far out, doesn't sound all that far out. That's how insane we had been. The program, the fellowship, and our higher power, together they've worked a miracle. The second step is not a vain hope, it's a reality. Knowing the degree of insanity we've experienced, we can appreciate all the more the miraculous power that has restored us thus far to sanity. For that we are truly grateful. And the affirmation is, just for today, I will take some time to recall how insane I've been while practicing my addiction. Then I will thank my higher power for the sanity that has been restored in my life. And I think that pretty well sums it up, doesn't it, guys? At least it does for me. I was talking about this last week, and I love how these readings tie together and explain are so easy to incorporate into what I've been experiencing. That's why I love doing these things so much. And I've said it a million times, introspection is a very important thing. I never recommend anybody dwelling in what you've been through, because you don't want to spend so much time looking back that it keeps you there or stops you from moving forward. But particularly in early recovery, like myself, yesterday I got 10 months of continuous sobriety. I'm thrilled for that. But it is important for me to, on occasion, look back at some of my behaviors and realize the absolute insanity of it, because that keeps me from making those mistakes again, or even, it helps me to look for situations that will draw me closer to any action that is anything like those actions that I was taking for unfortunately in my case, for decades. Whatever the time of your active addiction may have been. For me, it was the better part of close to 40 years, and as disgusting as that is. And it's absolutely true, particularly when I look at my life now, in the clarity that I've been given, the good decisions that I make, the responsibility that I carry, the just the good actions that I'm taking left and right. It's shocking to look back and say, how could I have accepted any of that? Like, I was literally forcing myself to live a life that was completely 180 degrees from who I am, from what mattered to me, from what my goals were, what my morals were, what my likes and dislikes didn't even matter, because I was owned by a substance. And then, because, unfortunately, as we all know, it's not the highest caliber of people that are in the drug game. That's what I was allowing in my life. I literally cut out anybody and everybody that mattered to me in any way, shape, or form because I didn't want them seeing what I was doing. I didn't want to have to answer to anybody. Literally, if I didn't work with you on a daily basis or you weren't a drug dealer, you weren't in my life. So and again, even then, I had to take jobs that was so far beneath my skill set and my qualifications because I had to get away with the nonsense that I was pulling. So it's on my fault, nobody else's. Like, I allowed people to take advantage of me in every way, shape, or form. I allowed drug dealers to buy multiple cars and houses off of my paycheck while I suffered in silence. And again, it's not their fault. I allowed it. You cannot, it doesn't make anybody else's actions right, people taking advantage of others, but when we allow it to happen, we can't blame anybody but ourselves. And the thing of it is, I didn't have the power to stop it, or I would have somewhere along the line. I mean, so many different times I tried. I needed a power greater than myself, God. I needed my higher power. And that's been the huge, huge, overwhelming difference. That's the one thing you'll hear me talk about in pretty much every video, guys. Then one of the first things I did was ask God to let me walk in His light and to show me His path for me, i.e., remove me from my own insanity. And that is exactly what He's done, and so many other beautiful blessings on top of it, right? And again, guys, it's not perfection. Like, I was literally sitting down trying to enjoy my day, and I just got an emergency call from one of my customers. Their tenants have apparently using a garbage disposal and not running the water, and the other sink's backed up. And I was starting to stress out, and I'm like, oh no, I'm taking the day off. I banged my hand up. I'm pretty sure I fractured a couple of fingers and didn't have it looked at, and I probably should have. But again, my mistake. But again, I have made the choice that I need the day off. If it was a broken pipe and water was blowing out, or if they don't have heat, or if they don't have hot water, that is something I have to rush right out for. But if these people clogged their own sink, then they're gonna wait until Monday morning when I can get there. It's as simple as that. Like, my needs have to come first, right? It's something you have to come into play at some point. Again, emergency calls, not a problem. But you created this problem for yourself. You're gonna wait until I can get there on Monday, and the landlord is totally accepting of that. He wants me to do the work. He knows I typically, again, if they don't have heat, they don't have hot water, then sure, we have to get rid of it. But they clog the sink, that's on them. They can figure it out for a couple of days. But so again, balance. And there you go. That's just, before I would let people in. Like, I didn't have the confidence, or the sense of self worth to say no. Like, oh no, they need me. If I don't go running over there, they may not call me next time, and I won't get my drug money. No, it's not the case. I know the customer well. He loves me. I do a lot of work for him. I'm going to keep doing his work. But again, it's Saturday night at 5 o'clock. I'm not going to run over there because these people clogged their own sink by. I installed the garbage disposal on that sink for them. I explained to them the importance of running water while you use it. The fact that they choose not to, that's on them. They're going to have to wait till Monday. I'm not going to dwell on any further than that. Guys, that's the beauty of today, right? I can literally, even though sometimes when the phone first rings and I'm trying to relax, I get that, come on, what is it now? And I'm like, no, it's okay. It's all work. It's all money. But I'm going to pick and choose. If it's an emergency, sure, I'll go over. That's not deemed an emergency. They backed up their sink. That's on them. You know what I mean? Like, I get to use logic, come to logical conclusions today. I get to use rational thinking today. I'm enjoying the freedom from the insanity of active addiction. And I love the fact that for once in my life, I've actually taken it a step farther and I apply it to other areas of my life other than just addiction. I apply it to all the areas of my life, and I make sound, rational decisions that are the best for everybody all around. And again, typically I love looking at somebody else's point of view, and I hate to leave anybody on the sink, but at the same time, guys, I've had enough. I've worked too hard this week. I'm not going to run right out and go take care of somebody else's nonsense that they've been told not to do. The freedom from active addiction, the freedom from the insanity has allowed me to build a life that I actually want to participate in. It's given me the ability to make people in my community proud of me, to develop a community, to actually be a part of something other than myself, and to buy houses and cars for myself instead of for drug dealers. It's a beautiful thing, guys, and When you work at this recovery program, you'll get everything you could ever imagine and everything you'll ever ask for, so long as it's something that isn't that you're willing to do the work and carry the responsibility for. It's a beautiful thing, guys. Freedom from insanity. What more could you possibly ask for? We have an incurable disease, but we are given a daily reprieve so long as we do these simple things. They're not always easy, but they are simple, guys. Don't get high. Don't pick up the first drug. Don't pick up the first drink. And if you're struggling with that, then you got to take it a step farther and start looking at the behaviors and the thoughts and the triggers and the patterns that are getting you to the point where you want to medicate yourself. And if you really want to move past it, then I suggest you find your path, but do as I do and fix every situation in your life that makes you want to medicate yourself. For me, I brought myself into a position where I was living a life that I couldn't stand. I couldn't stand the people I was around. I couldn't stand the people I worked for. I couldn't stand myself. And therefore, I wanted to medicate, numb out, and not feel anything because I felt nothing but overwhelming despair. Today, guys, I'm incredibly thrilled. I love my life. I love feeling things. I love the fact that I want to, go out and do good things for other people. I love the fact that I've been given the opportunity to build a life and have a future. Freedom from insanity, that's a hell of a gift, guys, and it's available to each and every one of us. Guys, we're going to leave it at that. Thank you so much for being here today. Always remember, God loves you. I love you. We'll see you in the next one.